So, just my quick review and thoughts on the movie Chernobyl Diaries. Chernobyl Diaries, the premise is that some people are able to get into Chernobyl, which is based on truth, that people actually do pay to sort of be snuck into Chernobyl, the area. You can't actually get really close to the reactor that had the meltdown, but you can get in the area that has the village sort of outside of where people were workers, and there was a vibrant community that was there. You can still get over there and actually still check that out. Apparently, that's the folklore. There seems to be enough pictures and some accounts that there is some truth there. So the story is that these people go on a European vacation, and they have the opportunity to go over and check it out. So since this is a very rare thing to do, they decided to go ahead and do it. Overall, I don't want to get too in-depth and really ruin the story about what happens, but the movie has a lot of feeling of sort of like a more refined Blair Witch. It doesn't have the Blair Witch thing where it has where the movie's supposed to be like found footage or anything like that. It's there's multiple cameras. It looks like it's a production as it's not like so it's not like the found footage video camera. You're just sort of watching that type of thing, or that's the thought. It's actually put together movie, but that is sort of the feel of the entire thing. Is that it's more of like following these people around as this weird stuff is going on. Overall, I thought it was good. That was entertaining. The movie wasn't terribly long, which I don't know. I think for movies that have a very simple plot, you got to cover it in 90 minutes. So I mean, overall, movie I thought did all that. It kept me entertained. It was somewhat short, and it was able to keep suspense in it. What I didn't like about it is sort of like what I don't really like about a lot of other horror movies. Horror movies, sci-fi, thrillers, that type of genre, is that the movie, the people continually always make poor decisions throughout the movie. So they always make poor decisions, and that always complicates things. But that's also something that always, that always drives the suspense of the movie and adds, kind of sort of keeps the threat going and stuff, because if everybody made smart decisions in those movies, right, the movie would be shorter, it wouldn't be as much fun. So I don't want to go too into detail about what happens in the movie and really spoil the story. But once they get into the village, that's when they start to notice this weird stuff going on, and then they start to there are things that happen to them where they are put in a threatening environment where they realize that they need to get out of there and they need to escape the area, and then it's them trying to do that. However, at the same time, they have these things that are holding them back. I'm trying really hard not to tell what the story is, but along those lines, the things that they need to do in order to really be effective at getting their goal. They break a lot of common sense rules on things to do things that you need to do in order to get away from your situation and really Anyway, watch the movie. I thought it was decent. It was probably better than I thought, because I know the reviews when it was in the theater weren't very good for it. So for what it was, I thought it was entertaining, and I thought it was that was worth the time. But like I said, also you have to take into consideration also, I really have a very strong fascination with Chernobyl because of that whole thing of like it's an area that everybody had to evacuate from, so everything was just left, and it's an area that was just pretty much evacuated, where mankind just quit everything, left, and there's a fascination for me about nature taking back over and how things have changed. So because of that fascination that I have about Chernobyl and about the surrounding area, that sort of drove my interest in the movie more. So it's sort of similar to the Apollo 18, where it's kind of along those same lines, where it has that same type of feel, same type of it kind of goes along the same lines, where you're out someplace like the moon, and weird stuff happens, and you are very isolated and trying to get back to wherever you're at. So overall, good movie. All right, guys, let me know what you think also.